Hello Football Daily fans, today we're looking at 10 newcomers who have been influential for their teams over the 2018-19 season. Let's get started. 10. Paco Alcácer. Over the 17-18 season at Barcelona, Paco Alcácer notched up just 685 minutes and scored only 4 goals in La Liga. The Spaniard was ushered out the doors of the Nou Camp and loaned to Borussia Dortmund for the 18-19 campaign in the hope of more match minutes. That is exactly what has happened. The 25-year-old has helped Dortmund accelerate their title charge, with his switch to the Bundesliga now looking like one of 18-19's best bits of business. Rather frustratingly for the Valencia schoolboy, Alcácer's brilliance off the bench has limited his time in the starting lineup, making just 9 starts and a further 14 appearances as a super sub. Lucien Favre's side have scored more late goals than any other club in Germany, with the newcomer responsible for 12 of the 23 they have netted. In fact, his last-minute magic has gifted BVB with an extra 8 points this term, putting them in touching distance of the bully crown. Unsurprisingly, Dortmund have taken up the option to buy, and at just €23 million, Alcácer looks like an absolute bargain. 9. Raúl Jiménez. Raúl Jiménez joined Wolves from Benfica on a season-long loan in June 2018 and has been on fire ever since he signed the dotted line. The Mexican has scored 17 goals and recorded 8 assists in all competitions, helping Wolves to a 7th place finish on their return to the Premier League and into an FA Cup semi-final. Following a year at Atleti, Jiménez joined Benfica in 2015. While his stint in Portugal stocked his trophy cabinet with consecutive league titles, the Mexican wasn't prolific in front of goal, scoring just 31 goals in 120 appearances. Making the switch to the Premier League last summer, the 27-year-old adapted to life in England quickly and struck up an effective attacking partnership with Diogo Jota. The pair have been directly involved in 9 goals, including 2 in a noteworthy victory against Man United. Wolves have made his move permanent with a club record deal of £30 million. And it's easy to see why. The striker averages 2.9 shots per game, more than Bobby Firmino and Romelu Lukaku. His brilliant ability to hold up the ball and bring others into the game will ensure Wolves can keep impressing in the Prem. 8. Clément Lenglet. In July 2018, Barcelona triggered Sevilla defender Clément Lenglet's release clause of €35 million to take him to Catalonia. The now 23-year-old had been impressive over the 17-18 campaign as he forced his way to the top of the Andalusian pecking order with 33 starts in La Liga, whilst averaging 3.4 tackles and interceptions per 90 and 4.3 clearances. A year on, and Clément Lenglet has proved he's at home playing in the Champions League alongside Gerard Piqué, not even looking a little bit out of place. Incorrectly, many people assume that defending in a side of Barcelona's quality and dominance in possession makes for an easy task, hence Lenglet's drop to 2.8 tackles and interceptions. While his duties may have changed from his days in Seville, it doesn't make his job any easier. Playing for a side as attack-minded as Barcelona, defenders are often left exposed without a cautious midfielder to protect them. Lenglet has adapted quickly, been reliant in possession with an 89% pass accuracy and aggressive in duels, winning 2 of every 2.6 tackles attempted, and coming away with the ball 2 times out of 3 in the air. His first season at the Nou Camp ends with a league winner's medal, and as the youngest in their preferred backline, it looks like he has a long future ahead of him. 7. Felipe Anderson. West Ham and South American talent including Javier Hernandez, Carlos Tevez and Javier Mascherano have gone hand in hand over the last decade. But some haven't been quite so successful, like Nene, whose short spell at Upton Park lasted just 3 months before he escaped back to his homeland. However, luckily for Manuel Pellegrini and the West Ham faithful, their most recent Brazilian acquisition has settled into life in London a lot better. Felipe Anderson debuted in the Premier League in 18-19 after spending the last 5 seasons in the Italian top flight with Lazio. Over the course of the term, Anderson missed just 2 games as he cemented himself into Pellegrini's starting lineup and contributed 9 goals, his highest tally since 2014. Adding 4 assists, the 26-year-old has been a major figure in pushing West Ham on from fan arrest in 2017-18 to a comfortable 11th place finish this time around. His switch to England has also earned the 26-year-old an international call-up in February 2018 for the first time in 4 years. He has consequently become the first West Ham player to represent Brazil at international level, and also featured in FDFC's bucket list. What a year. Go check it out, and while you're there, make sure you're subscribed to FD for all our latest content. 6. Lucas Torreira. Unai Emery's takeover at the Emirates has left some Arsenal fans reaching for their rose-tinted glasses to look back at Arsene Wenger's days, conveniently forgetting their 17-18 Wenger-out signs. But it seems clear that Unai Emery needs some time, mainly in the transfer window, to build a new squad fit for purpose. Narrowly missing out on top 4 and taking the Gunners to a European final for the first time in well over a decade, it seems slightly harsh to label 18-19 as a disaster for Unai, especially when imports this season have already fixed some long-term problems in Arsenal's squad. They include the acquisition of 23-year-old Lucas Torreira, who's plugged the problematic midfield role in North London. Torreira has featured in 34 league games this season as Emery's preferred option alongside Granit Xhaka. He has simultaneously allowed Xhaka to improve and protected the suspect backline with a healthy 3.2 tackles and interceptions per 90 minutes. The ex-Sampdorian cost Emery just €22 million, under half of what Man United forked out for Fred in the same summer. Hopefully Torreira is a sign of what is to come in the Emery era at the Emirates, should he be given a little more than expected to spend in the window. 5. Kepa Arrizabalaga. Chelsea can look forward to a season of Champions League football after Maurizio Sarri managed to ignore the Stamford Bridge boos and leapfrog Spurs into third place. The Blues could be in for a tough season, however, after receiving a transfer ban that will stop them strengthening this summer. Luckily for Sarri, a lot of business has already been done, including the exciting signing of Christian Pulisic from Borussia Dortmund. But probably more importantly for next season was the 2018-19 arrival of keeper Kepa. After Thibaut Courtois sought a move away from Stamford Bridge to the Bernabeu, Chelsea invested €80 million into 24-year-old Bilbao stopper Kepa, and he has proved worth the punt. Over the course of the season, Kepa has kept 14 clean sheets and conceded 39 goals in 36 appearances. But more importantly, he was the hero in Chelsea's journey to the Europa League final, saving 2 penalties against Frankfurt to secure their final place. His debut season in the Premier League has impressed his homeland too, with 92% of Spanish fans voting for Kepa ahead of De Gea for the national setup in a poll by Marca. 4. Dušan Tadić. Ajax have taken the European stage by storm this term, reclaiming their seat at Europe's top table by knocking out Real Madrid and Juventus out of the Champions League before going out to Spurs in the semi-finals. Ajax's squad of talented youngsters have made headlines, with Frankie de Jong already travelling to the Nou Camp in June and De Ligt expected to follow him. But we've picked Southampton flop Dušan Tadić out as one of the oldest but most influential signings last year. The 30-year-old forward moved to Amsterdam for just €11 million in 2018. An absolute bargain for the forward, who has gone on to score 35 goals and provide 19 assists in all competitions. That's a cost of £125,000 per goal. Compare that to Cristiano Ronaldo's €112 million switch to Turin that has cost the old lady a hefty £2.5 million per goal involvement. Ajax have added experience and creativity to their squad for a tiny cost, while Tadić has had the satisfaction of proving his quality in Europe after struggling to showcase his skills at St Mary's. 3. Krzysztof Piątek. Krzysztof Piątek could actually enter this list twice, with both of his moves in the 2018-19 season working out brilliantly. His January transfer to AC Milan has seen him net a goal every other game on average, replacing Gonzalo Higuain, who has managed closer to 1 in 3 at Chelsea since. However, we're going to hone in on Piątek's move to Genoa in June 2018. For just €4 million, the Italian outfit brought in the Polish international, touted as the next Lewandowski from Cracovia. His introduction to Serie A went exceptionally well, scoring 5 in his first 4 appearances, the first striker to do so since Andriy Shevchenko in 1999. Having signed a 4-year deal at the Old Fools, the business was anything but foolish. 6 months on from his acquisition, and Genoa made a very healthy €30 million profit on their striker after selling him to AC Milan in January for €35 million. Unfortunately, while the move might have been financially sound, it turns out selling your prolific striker mid-season will have negative impacts on your output. However, hovering just above the relegation zone, it looks like Genoa will just about get away with it. With the deal almost covering the price of their entire squad, they enter the next transfer window on the hunt for the next Piątek, with their pockets a little heavier. 2. Giovani Lo Celso. In August 2018, Real Betis agreed a loan deal with PSG for Argentine midfielder Giovani Lo Celso for the season. By April, Los Verde Blancos had made the deal permanent to keep Lo Celso in Spain until 2023. The 23-year-old played a bit-part role for the Parisian Giants over the 17-18 campaign, and only got a further 10 minutes at the start of 2018-19 before they shipped him out to Betis. While he might have left his chances of silverware in the French capital, switching to La Liga has seen his own value soar. Over the 18-19 campaign, Lo Celso contributed 13 goals. Averaging a goal every 205 minutes across all competitions, the Albiceleste international is Real Betis' top scorer in 18-19. Extremely highly rated, confirming the €25 million deal to buy him back permanently seems like a coup for the Real Betis backroom staff. But the Spanish side will have to work hard to hang on to their star player for the duration of his contract. 1. Alisson Becker. This time last season, Liverpool were preparing for the Champions League final, unknowing of the calamity awaiting Karius. His errors finally forced the Liverpool board to address the problem area between the sticks and sign Alisson Becker from Roma for €72 million. Along with the acquisition of powerhouse PVA player of the season Virgil van Dijk, Alisson's arrival installed confidence into Jurgen Klopp's defence. That was clearly their weak spot in the previous campaign. Over 90 points would normally guarantee you a title, but up against Pep's record-breaking Man City side, the race for the Premier League crown has been more competitive than ever this season. In fact, the Reds' tally of 97 points is the highest ever amassed by a runner-up in any of Europe's top 5 leagues, and that is hugely down to their sturdier backline that has conceded 16 fewer goals than last term. Becker faces just 7.9 shots per 90 and makes 2 saves per game. Over the course of the season, the Brazilian has conceded just 20 goals and kept 21 clean sheets. Comparing this to Karius the season before, who has only kept 10 clean sheets, and it's clear how much Alisson has influenced Klopp's team to become the best side never to win a title.
That's it. I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. If you have, make sure you hit the like button down below and tell us what you thought in the comment section. And why not check out the video on screen? I'm sure you guys will love it. As always guys, subscribe to the channel and we'll see you later.